Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you've been having a good day. Welcome to another middle-aged conservative Ninja Elephant production. My name is Will. I'm your host. As always, I'm going to bring you the truth the way I see it. And wow, I start out with a lot of my videos saying wow, but it seems appropriate because there's so much going on. The radical left have lost their freaking minds. Not only have they taken over 6 blocks in a major Northwest city, they are now making college football coaches make hostage videos apologizing to the radical left, Black Lives Matter, blah, 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 blah. I don't know about y'all, but aren't you getting tired of Democrats and the progressives and leftists and socialists, anarchists, communists, all the ists? I'm sick of them. Let's take the first story. So the CHOP, or the CHAZ, is the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone. Then that didn't poll well. So the anarchists and rioters and looters and the little assholes who've taken over that little swath of land, not little, very substantial piece of land in downtown Seattle, and I've now called it CHOP. I think it's called the Capitol Hill Organized Protest now because that polled better. And also, there's a rumor going around on Twitter, and I think even Michael Knowles said it, that the reason why they did that, was because they need to get their welfare checks. Because if you were a different country, why would the United States subsidize you with some type of entitlement program? So I have no idea if that's true, but I thought it was funny. And Michael knows I tipped my hat off to you on that one. That was very funny. But just imagine if conservatives took over downtown Cleveland and we were occupying 6 blocks that included the KeyBank building, the Huntington building, Tower City. And if you're not from Cleveland, those are like very well-known landmarks downtown. And the left media would have a fit. They would be calling for the National Guard. They would be calling for SWAT teams from all over the county to come in, the sheriff's department, you name it, they would be calling it. Hell, if they could call it in a nuclear strike, they would. So these little assholes have taken over this part of Seattle. And if we would have did it, something similar, I guarantee you it would have been a whole different story. So basically what I'm saying is the mainstream media are trying to downplay what they've done. Let me let this sink into your brain. These anarchists, these Black Lives Matter communists, these radicals have taken over and pushed out not only good people, but the police. The police. And the ironic thing is they've set up walls, they set up checkpoints, and they have armed security. But these are the people who say walls don't work. These are the people who say that checkpoints are racist, and the ones that say we don't need the Second Amendment. But yet they do all three because Democrats, liberal progressives, are hypocrites. They should be called the Hypocrite Party, not the Democrat Party, but the Hypocrite Party. They are full of hashtag politicians who wet their finger and put it in the wind to see where everything goes, where these radicals tell them to go. So it's a combination that is destroying this country and is an example set in Seattle. the mainstream media, which is now just a Democratic propaganda machine, Hollywood, which is just the Democratic propaganda machine, radicals at universities who teach these little participation trophy assholes that they are entitled to everything because their mommies, their helicopter parents told them they were. And you know what? Honestly, I am part of the generation that really fucked these kids up. I am in my late 40s. That means if I was to have children when I was supposed to, according to most rules of the universe, my kids would be the ones in college right now, or my kids would be in their mid to early 20s. And my generation, Generation X, we failed to raise these kids properly. We failed. And I mean, I know you're going to be like, well, I didn't fail. Well, you might be the exception to the rule. But for the most part, my generation fucked up. And I am truly sorry. I've seen so many of my peers when I go to work or when I'm out, how they treat their children. They treat their children like they're best friends or that their children are equals to them. I remember seeing a kid in a Walmart literally fall the fuck out, kick his mom, smack her. I saw him smack her. And she said, Tyler, stop. Tyler, you're going to get a timeout. Tyler, stop. My mother would have beat the brakes off my ass and dared the cops to say something, dared somebody's busybody Karen type to say something. And then when the cops and the Karen type would have came, she would have took off another shoe after she done beat me with the first shoe and beat me in front of them just for shits and giggles. Because my mom did not play. Because she could not play. Because where we come from, you got to be hard. You have to teach your kids to survive. You got to teach them that everything is not going to go your way, that they are the parent and they are the teacher, they are the authority figure, and you do what you're told. But that's not what goes on nowadays. See, in my generation, a lot of people had kids out of wedlock. A lot of people had teenage pregnancies. And when you have kids raising kids, that's a recipe for disaster. So this generation had no choice, honestly. I mean, they were primed for the anarchist and for the Democratic progressives to be able to mold them using emotion and misinformation and falsehoods. These kids didn't stand a chance. And these are the kids that's over there in Seattle in the so-called Capitol Hill autonomous zone or Capitol Hill organized protest or whatever you want to call it. These are the kids that are pushing 92-year-old women over and they hit their heads on hydrants for no reason. Just pushed her over. Have you seen that video where the little bastard just pushed the old lady? She's 92. It looked like she's just coming from the supermarket. And I'm surprised there's even a supermarket where she was because I'm surprised it hadn't been looted and destroyed. So she's got her little groceries and she's walking home, minding her own business, and this little piece of shit comes over and just knocks her over. And she hits her head. I mean, that's a tough bird because she ain't dead. But that's what they do. Or have you seen any of the videos? Let me tell you something. These people, these progressives think that they're winning the argument. Black Lives Matter, the anarchists, Antifa, they think they're winning the argument when they do little, but they don't understand that they are really hurting themselves when they do stupid stuff like they did or doing in Seattle. They're hurting their cause because there's not just 2 or 3 states. We have 50 states in the union. You have California and New York, California, depending on how you're seeing this video and where my hands were. But we have the West Coast and the East Coast, and they think that's it. They think that's America, or the inner cities. They think that's America, but they forget there's flyover country. There's a lot of people with good old-fashioned moral conservative values who look at this and say, no way, not today, not to motherfucking day. We are not going to put up with that crap. Nuh-uh, no sir. You can change that channel because best believe when people get tired of all these antics, shit is going to hit the fan and things are going to go down. People are getting sick and tired of being sick and tired. People are getting tired of being called racists and homophobes and xenophobes. People are getting tired of being looked upon like they are scum just because they like to go to church or because they praise God or they go to the synagogue or they go to the mosque. They're getting tired of it. And they're going to express themselves in one of two ways. Malcolm X said it best, by the ballot or by the bullet. And Democrat, progressives, all these leftists, they know they would get slaughtered in a civil war. They would get absolutely slaughtered. They would die by the tens of millions, and they know it. But see, they want to get us to the point where we do something crazy. That's what this autonomous zone is all about. It's about getting people like either a president or maybe Inslee might change his mind or the mayor to send in the troops. And they can have their photo op. CNN can run it 24 hours, 7 days a week. How evil white men in their military uniforms came down and squashed these poor little protesters. They want to rile us up. They want to get us going. And the messed up thing is, be careful what you ask for, because you just might get it. You just might get it. Now, I am a Second Amendment enthusiast. I am a gun enthusiast. I own quite a few firearms, and I know how to use them very efficiently. Your average neckbeard who plays D&D and watches anime, well, okay, I'm not going to crack on the anime folks because I love me some anime. But the average person who would be at these Portland Antifa riots and Seattle autonomous zones, I can guarantee you don't know how to use a gun. They can be tough and bad when the cameras are rolling, but I guarantee you, if they come up against a real effer, they fold. They fold like a house of cards, best believe. Now let's get to the last story, because this autonomous zone thing is not going to end well, but I hope the president will be smarter and be patient, because one thing I know about leftists eat themselves. Let them destroy themselves. Let this keep going so the American people, the rational, critical, and analytical thinkers in this country can see the left for what they are. And see, the left think because they can cancel somebody, that's what we're going to talk in a minute, that this is all over. It's over. It's done. We've won. We've canceled we've canceled Paw Patrol. We've canceled Live PD. We've canceled cops. We've canceled certain people. We canceled Drew Brees. We've done it. We're winning this war of information, but they don't get it. Everything they do, every hostage video that somebody has to apologize in is just hurting their cause and bringing more people over. Every time you see a video where some little white girl or little white boy or white people in general are getting punched in the face by a bunch of criminal thug black pieces of shit, are turning those people who would otherwise be sympathetic to your cause, not only not sympathetic, but probably making them racist. Probably making them don't like your black ass. So if you're watching this, any of you progressives or Antifas and the one or two people that actually do watch my video, heed my words. You're eating yourself. You're eating yourself. Now, let's go to Gundy, the Oklahoma State University coach. What the hell, dude? Have you guys seen the video? Like, I wish I had the editing power and the know-how. And one of these days, I will get that. But I would put that clip into this video. But I go watch it. It is the saddest thing you've ever seen. And he honestly thinks that now, after he did one apology before, and now he got the videotaped apology, that this is going to be the last time he has to apologize. He needs to call Drew Brees, because I think Drew Brees is on his 20th apology. His wife is maybe on her 15th. It never ends with the left. It never ends with the radicals. They want blood and more blood and more blood till you have none left to give. That's what they do. That's all they do. From the line from Terminator, you know, that's what they do. That's all they do. But anyway, I'm sick of seeing these hostage videos. When are people going to just say, you know what, if you don't know what happened, I'm sorry. Gundy, the coach for Oklahoma State University, wore an OAN t-shirt on a fishing trip with his kids. OAN is a conservative news channel. That's it. It ain't like they the KKK or anything like that. But in his hostage video, he says that they are, what do you call them, disgusting? Because they don't follow the Black Lives Matter mantra? Hell, Black Lives Matter don't even follow the Black Lives Matter mantra. Black Lives Matter, they should call themselves hashtag Black Lives Matter only when white people kill them. Because black on black crime, which is way more worse, they can give two rats fuck about. They can give a damn. Or you can call it hashtag Black Lives Matter if only we can use it for our agenda to push forth more radical leftist policies. They could care less about actual black lives. So they want to cancel this man and get him fired and take away his livelihood for wearing a t-shirt for a concern. I mean, so what's next? You can't wear a Fox News shirt no more? Or you can't wear a Dan Bongino shirt? Or you can't wear, William Buckley? Or, I mean, you name it. When does it stop? Remember when they made fun of Trump when he talked about how when the statues were being taken down from Confederates, maybe it be a general or a colonel or some type of Confederate statue honoring their dead or something like that, which were conciliatory statues to try to bring the country back together after the Civil War. And he said, well, when is it going to stop? What's next is going to be taking down Thomas Jefferson and Franklin Delano Roosevelt and other statues. And guess what's happened? You can see videos all over the internet. They've been taking down Thomas Jefferson, Ben Franklin, you name it. They want to erase us. They want to try to rewrite history. That's what leftists do. Read any book about Lenin and Stalin and Mao and Pol Pot, all those evil, evil, evil people who first what they did is wipe away people's history and rewrite it. They indoctrinated the young. It's all in the Communist Radical Handbook. We gotta stop bowing down to this nonsense. I'm so sad that Gundy did an apology. I'm so sad about that. I wish he wouldn't have done that, but he did. But I'm telling you, people, all it did was hurt their cause. They think they won the battle. And maybe they did. Maybe the misinformation that they put out there in these hostage videos of all these apologies and all that kind of stuff, and the corporates, big tech companies and the corporations out there who are kowtowing to Black Lives Matter, maybe they did win the battle, but the war is far from over. The war is far from over. I just hope that it doesn't become an actual hot war, because right now we really are in a cold war. We are in a cold war with leftists. Us patriotic, rational thinking Americans are in a cold war with radical leftists. Never surrender. Please. Always remember, we are the majority. We may be silent, but we are the majority. And we may have lost a few battles, but we will win the war. We will reelect Trump, and we will try to do something better about the Senate and the Congress. And that's another video for another day. But I've went way too long. I'm pretty sure they say the average person who watches my video only watches for about 9 or 6, I think it was 6 to 9 minutes. So this one is about 20. I'm so sorry, but I just had a lot of stuff I wanted to cover and talk about. But if you like what you heard, please subscribe. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell. And I just want to say, never surrender. we will win the war. And until next time, have a good day and a better tomorrow.